Hello friends, myself Subhash Nagarse from Sri Digambar Jain Gurukul High School, Sonapur. I shall welcome to all of you in this 10th Science and Technology Part 1st. The topic is Periodic Classification of Elements Part 4. Friends, in the previous session of this topic, that is Periodic Classification of Elements Part 3, we have been discussed with the modern periodic law, modern periodic table and structure of the periodic table. In this session, we are going to discuss on the following important subtopics of this chapter, that is characteristics of groups and periods. In that, we have been saw the groups and the electronic configuration, the periodic trends in the modern periodic table, valency, wherein atomic size, metallic and non-metallic character, and that of the gradation in halogen family. So friends, let's start with this characteristics of groups and periods in the modern periodic table, especially electronic configuration. So friends, we know that periods and electron configuration, before start with, we must have to think and must have to go through discussion this. The characteristics of the groups and the periods in the modern periodic table are understood by comparison of the properties of the elements. Various properties of the elements in a group show similarity and gradation. However, the properties of the elements change slowly while going from one end to the other. That is, for example, from left to right in a particular period. So friends, now must have to recall the things that saying some questions. That first question that arises on going through the modern periodic table, it is seen that the elements lithium, Li, Be, B, C, N, O, F, and Ne belong to the period 2. Write down electron configuration of all them. So first friend, here is the lithium Li, whose atomic number is 3. So its electron configuration is 2, 1. Second is Be, that is beryllium, whose atomic number is 4. The electronic configuration is 2, 2. Next is B, that is boron, 5 atomic number, 2, 3 electronic configuration. Carbon C, 6 is the atomic number. So 2 and 4 is electronic configuration, distribution of the electrons. N, nitrogen, and electron configuration is 2, 5. Oxygen O, whose atomic number is 8, the electron configuration is 2, 6. F, fluorine, whose atomic number is 9 and its electron configuration is 2, 7. Next is neon, Ne, whose atomic number is 10 and the electron configuration is 2, 8. Second question is the number of valence electrons same for all these elements? Now, you could see that all these elements have different number of valence electrons. Valence electron, the electrons present in the outermost orbit. Lithium 1, beryllium 2, next boron 3, carbon 4, nitrogen 5, oxygen 6, fluorine 7, and neon 8. Like that it may vary. Is the number of cells is same in these? Yes. All these elements have same number of cells, that is K and L, first and second order. So friends, here in the modern periodic table, electrons are filled in the same cell while going along a period from left to right. And at the beginning of the next period, a new electron cell starts filling up this. We will come to know accordingly when you observe the table. So friends, here we must have to be see properly that what you could say regarding this one. So here we will see some questions regarding this one. So the number of elements in the first 3 periods is determined by the electron capacity of the cell and the law of electron octet. We should have to look the electron capacity of the electron cell that you could see here in the adjoining table. Accordingly, here some questions will arise Let us recall them. The first thing that we recall over here is that what are the values of n for the cells K, L and M? This is the question. Friends, here we must have to be think that the different cells consist of how many of the electrons in their cell. You could see here. Here they ask the question of first K, L and M. K cell has N1, L2 and M3. Values of N for KLM is 1, 2 and 3. Next question is what is the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in a cell? Write their formula. Friends, here in the adjoining table you could find that the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in a cell depends on the value of N. It can be calculated by using the formula 2n square. You can see here the formula 2n square. Third question, that is deduce the maximum electron holding capacity of the cells K, L and M. K, L and M. That here already in table it is mentioned. K has the electron capacity of 2, N is 1, 2n square, 2 into 1 square is 2. K for the cell L, N is 2, 2 into 2 square, N's value is 2. So 2 2s are 4, 4 into 2 is 8. For M, 3, 2 into 3 square is 9, 9 into 2 is 18. So like that, these are the electron capacity for the different cells that we could see here. So friends, next one more question that we are going to discuss over here before going to this is the what are the different periodic trends that we are also be going to see. So here you will find that the chemical reactivity of an element is determined by the number of valence electrons in it and the cell number of the valence cell. So friends, the information on these points is obtained from the position of the elements in the periodic table. That is, the modern periodic table has proved useful for the study of the elements. So now we'll see the periodic trends in the modern periodic table. Friends, when the properties of the elements in a period or a group of a modern periodic table are compared, certain regularity is observed in their variations. It is called the periodic trends in the modern periodic table. In this standard, we are going to consider the periodic trends in the only three properties of the elements, namely the valency that we are going to see. Then we will consider the atomic size, the atomic metallic and non-metallic characters. So first we will see the valency. You have learnt in the previous standard that the valency of an element is determined by number of electrons present in the outermost cell of an atom. So that is the valence electrons. Accordingly, one has to be think about this. So you could see here how the symbols for this electron configuration is written. So it is the potassium whose atomic number is 19. So first it has 2, second 8, 8, 1. It is the electronic configuration and the valency is 1. That you can see over here. So second is the atomic size. You have seen in the previous standards that the size or the volume is a fundamental property of the matter. The size of an atom is indicated by its radius. So atomic radius is the distance between the nucleus of the atom and its outermost cell. So atomic radius is expressed in unit picometer pm, which is smaller than the nanometer. So you know that 1 picometer is 10 to the power minus 12 meter and nanometer means 1 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Some elements and their atomic radii are shown here. You could see the elements like O, B, C, N, B, E, Li. Oxygen, boron, carbon, nitrogen, beryllium and lithium. 66, 88, 77, 74, 111 and 152. You'll find that the atomic radius goes on decreasing while going from left to right within a period. So the reason behind this is as follows. While going from left to right within a period, the atomic number increases one by one. meaning the positive charge on the nucleus increases by 1 unit at a time. However, the additional electron gets added to some outermost cell. So due to the increased nuclear charge, the electrons are pulled towards the nucleus to greater extent, and thereby the size of the atom decreases. One more, you could see here some elements and their atomic radii, where the atoms are potassium, sodium, rubidium, cesium, and lithium. So this could be seen here that 231, 186, 244, 262, and 152. So friends, here we will get some ideas regarding the relation between radius and that of the. So here again, you must have to use your brain power and answer some questions by referring to the modern periodic table. By referring to the modern periodic table, find out the groups in which the above elements belongs. So here friends, we will see all the given elements belong to group 1 in the modern periodic table. R means this one, K, Na, Rb, Cs and Li. These are present in the first group of this modern periodic table. Arrange these elements vertically downwards in an increasing order of their atomic radii, that is Li, Na, K, Rb and Cs. Does this arrangement match the pattern of the group 1 of the modern periodic table? Yes. The arrangement of the elements as per the increasing order of their atomic radius matches with the group 1 of this modern periodic table. So friends, here we will see that next to which of the above element have biggest and the smallest atom. Here you could see that cesium has the biggest atom and the lithium has the smallest one. What is the periodic trend observed in the variation of the atomic radii down a group? So the atomic radius increases while moving down a group. So friends, you will find that while going down a group, atomic size goes on increasing. This is because while going down a group, a new cell is added. Therefore, the distance between the outermost electron and the nucleus goes on decreasing. As a result of this, the atomic size increases in spite of the increased nuclear charge. So next that we are going to consider is metallic and that of the non-metallic character. Friends, here also we have to just recall some questions. Look at the elements in the third period of this periodic table. Third period, classify them into metals and non-metals. This is the question that we have to be discussed before going to start with this metallic and non-metallic character. The elements in the third period: sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon, that we know. So out of these elements, sodium, magnesium and aluminum, which are to the left of the periodic table, are metals, and phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine, which are to the right of the periodic table, are non-metals. Here silicon, we could say that it is a metalloid. On which side of the periodic table are the metals, left or right? Metals lie in the left side of the periodic table. Third question is on which side the period did you find the non-metals? The non-metals lie in the right side of the periodic table. So these are the three questions that you must know in this modern periodic table, how the metals and non-metallic character could be seen or present here. Here you could see the periodic trends of this elements. Friends, it is seen that in this case the zigzag line separates the metals from the non-metals in the periodic table. You could see the zigzag line. Elements appear to have arranged in such a way that metals are on left side of this line, non-metals on the right side of the metalloids are along the border of this line. How did this happen? Let us compare the characteristic chemical properties of the metals and non-metals. Friends, it is seen from the chemical formula of simple ionic compounds that the cation in them are formed from metals, while the anions formed from the non-metals. From this, it is understood that metallic atoms have a tendency to form cation by losing its valence electron. This property is called electropositivity of an element. On the other hand, an atom of a nonmetal has a tendency to form an ion by accepting electrons from the outside into its valence shell. We have already seen that ions having a stable electron configuration of a noble gas. How is the ability to lose or accept electrons in the valence shell determined? All the electrons in an atom are held by the attractive force exerted on them by the positively charged nucleus. Electrons in the inner cells lie in between the valence shell and the nucleus. Because of their presence, the effective nuclear charge exerting an attractive force on the valence electrons is shown somewhat less than the actual nuclear charge. Thus, the number of valence electrons in the metals is small, that is 1 to 3. Also, the effective nuclear charge exerting attractive force on the valence electrons is small. As a combined effect of these two factors, metals have a tendency to lose the valence electrons to form cations, having a stable noble gas configuration. This tendency of an element called electropositivity is the metallic character of that element. So the periodic trend in the metallic character of elements is clearly understood from the position of the modern periodic table. Let us first consider the metallic character of the elements belonging to the same group. While going down a group, a new cell gets added, that we know, resulting in an increase in the distance between the nucleus and the valence electrons. This results in the lowering the effective nuclear charge and thereby lowering the attractive force on the valence electrons. As a result of this, the tendency of the atom to lose electron increases. Also, the penultimate cell becomes the outermost cell in losing valence electrons. The penultimate cell is a complete octet, therefore the resulting cation has a special stability. Due to this, the tendency of the atom to lose electron increases further. So the metallic character of atom is tendency to lose electrons. Therefore, the following trend is observed. The metallic character of elements increases while going down to groups. While going from left to right within a period of outermost cell remains the same. However, the positive charge on the nucleus goes on increasing, while the atomic radius goes on decreasing, and thus the effective nuclear charge goes on increasing. As a result of this, the tendency of atom to lose valence electrons decreases within a period from left to right. So the two factors, namely the increasing nuclear charge and decreasing atomic radius, as you go from left to right within a period, are responsible for increasing the effective nuclear charge. Therefore, the valence electrons are held with the greater and greater attractive force. This is called electronegativity of an atom. Due to the increasing electronegativity from left to right within a period, the ability of an atom to become anion by accepting outside electron goes on increasing. So the tendency of an element to form anion or the electronegativity is the non-metallic character of an element. So friends, this is what the metallic and non-metallic characters that you could see in the periodic table for the transient elements. So next is the gradation in halogen family. The group 17 contains the number of the halogen family. All of them have the general formula X. A gradation is observed in the physical state down the group. Thus fluorine F2, the chlorine, that is Cl2, are gases, whereas bromine BR2 is liquid, while iodine I2 is a solid one. So friends, you may collect the information from the internet is my friend. Before that, you must have to know. Do you know what is that this M plus H2O, 2H2O, in order to balance the chemical reaction, you will get MOH2 plus H2. So friends, here a general chemical equation indicating the reaction of alkaline earth metal is given above. While going down the second group as Be to Mc to Ca to Sr to Ba, that is beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. The gradation in this chemical property of the alkaline earth metals is same. While going down the second group, the reactivity of the alkaline earth metal goes on increasing, and thereby the ease with which this reaction takes place also goes on increasing. Thus, beryllium does not react with water, so magnesium reacts with steam, while calcium, strontium, and barium react with water at room temperature with increasing rates. This fact we must have to know. Friends, I think this whole topic you might have come to know very well. Prepare this topic thoroughly, and best of luck. As you have watched this video, I will say once again, thank you for watching this one.